Good morning, good afternoon. Depends on whatever time zone you're in. It's still officially morning where I am. I hope this morning finds you well. Afternoon finds you well. Uh, you see the title, and I was thinking. Once you think at least 3 times a day, deeply preferentially, and I'm always thinking, and it's good practice. Um, it depends on what level of thoughts you're thinking. Because you can have pure, you can have impure thoughts. You can have constructive and non-constructive thoughts. And you can just have thoughts for just for the sake of you trying to gain a better understanding or analyze a particular type of situation. And in this particular perspective, I was just thinking about certain aspects of what happened. I guess this happened Monday. Yeah, I believe it did happen Monday. Monday, and the lady who got Sharon Massey is a lady who was recently killed by a police officer during routine a wellness check. I imagine that's what that was. Busy, busy baby, what's happening? So they went to see Lady by wellness check, and then it came out that the officer, he was just so frightened that he was going to get hit with hot water. I mean, I don't know if how many paces he had behind him to where he could have stepped back, and when the water fly through the air, it's still hot, but I don't. But unfortunately, this lady Sharon Massey lost her life. But then also on the flip side of President Biden had vacated his candidacy for president 2024, and it's been passed down to passed down to Kamala Harris. This is vice president, and that's noteworthy in the eyes of, I guess, and I say these things just from the characteristics in which I know them. In the eyes of the liberal Democrat and the neoliberal, that's a boon because here we have a lady candidate, a lady of color that's going to be eligible to sit in this position of president. Now, that Sunday, Biden came out immediately and of course, he said, I pass it along, pass my endeavors on to my vice president Kamala. Uh, but they say, when they had made this announcement, just I guess it was today or yesterday. Uh, the biggest voice, the superstar of the Democratic Party, hadn't yet uh, backed her as of yet. So, and when I say that, that means Barack Obama. Barack Obama, he's um, the heartthrob of the Democratic Party. Handsome uh, man of color, uh, articulate. Even Joe Biden said he was articulate. But that's not what we're talking about here. But him and also another lady, and you have this man of color who hesitated and nominating her, and you also endorsing her, and you also have this lady, albeit she's there's Pelosi. I think she's Italian, whatever. She's a white lady. So it comes out that they finally do that. But to get to what I'm saying, I was thinking about because a lot of people are on the surface level just in love with the idea of, oh, it's a woman in charge, it's going to be different. The women have a certain way of doing things. It's going to change the dynamic of it's being done by men. Okay, that's fine if you believe that. That's your opinion. That's your right to believe that. I myself, I wouldn't uh, bet the ranch on this particular woman uh, doing things in which you might desire her to do. But I say this to say that Kamala Harris, the former district attorney of California, very, always a law officer, endorsed by police, and things of that nature. I thought about that at one time she was running for something in California, and she had a young lady, another young black lady had been well, a lady by the name of Treese Richards. She was in police custody, and then she was released from police custody in the middle of the night. She turned up dead. Uh, Kamala used her, in I guess in the endeavor of trying to get elected for something. And not only that, you know, they talk about the people that she had locked up, and then of course, if you're a law-abiding citizen, and you want to be a supporter of Kamala, you're going to say, well, those guys, they shouldn't have committed the crime, blah 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 blah. But then it comes out, well, shoot, she also has been accused of um what's the word they call that, judicial impropriety. Whereas these people were eligible to be let out of jail, but she held them in order to, fight fire California wildfires. These weren't just the males; these were females as well. This presidential race is turning into a carnival. It's been a carnival. Just grab your popcorn and watch it. It's just a fan. I'm stay out of the middle of people. Shit, I said they got where the and be careful with these trends and shit, because a lot of times these trends be what they call that controlled opposition. Well, they're saying they're choosing the couch, and they're not picking Democrat nor Republican. Now they might, as far as I'm concerned, from my practices, y'all they two elections late with that shit, because I've long lost faith in the partisan election system, whatever, the democracy. So my thing is they were telling me that your ancestors died for you to vote, and my ancestors would not waste their life just to participate in being around them folks. And my mom, I ain't gonna put them. Some of the people of that era, they didn't want to integrate and be around them people. They were satisfied and enjoy being right where they are around their kind. But you know, uh, a lot of people look for allies, and in the name of DEI, they look for diversity and inclusion and equity. And I said on another video, I said why is it that our people, and they use us to sell this shit, because in my mind, that DEI shit, that's DEI is, when they say DEI, when you see them people say DEI, they're really trying to say nigga. No, they saying DEI because if they wanted to say nigga, they'd say nigga. It, you don't need them for them to have a code where you already have a presumption, or whether it be false or true, that them people is racist, what have you. Sometimes our people need folks to tell them. They after having Donald Trump in their face for decades, and when he decided to, I guess when he got at Barack about his birth certificate first, then when he tried to run for president, they decided now he's the worst racist in the world, and everybody should be afraid of Donald Trump being a racist. But I'm not voting for him. Don't look at this as an endorsement. I pretty much, I still feel some kind of way about my allegiance to the Democratic Party, and how after I stepped away from that shit, how offensive some of you black folks that are in the Democratic Party, and how disrespectful the actual establishment is to black people. But we're going back to Kamala. Like I said, there's a contrast I'm looking for. There's coincidentals I'm thinking about. She had a truancy program, and of course, that those folks that are the upper crust folks, those people of high moral standards and ethics, are going to be like, well, she had a truancy program, and she boasted about this truancy program that a dynamic between a conversation between the child and mother, and The mother was like, "You gonna take if you don't go to school, Kamala Harris gonna lock me up." And she did a little cackle laugh, that laugh she do, and that makes me. And I can't talk because I drink liquor. I think the woman that ain't. I'm not here to talk about negative about this. I'm trying to make a contrast. I say I'm prejudiced. I ain't got no power. I can't make them white folks do nothing. Them white folks, I have a job and I have to pay people to stay in. I have to buy groceries. Um, so I don't have that dynamic that the stomp down racist got. I'm prejudiced in the motherfucker though, because in my mind. That is what you call what do they call it, discernment. You got to be able to look at things and be able to discern whether they are good or whether they are, what's in your best interest to have a connection or or exchange with them people or not. And a lot of folks, a lot of black, well, I should say a lot of black people, but some black people wasn't raised around white folks. I was raised in McDowell County, Southern West Virginia, the Patch. I was raised around poor white trash. I was raised around affluent white folks. Uh, One thing about that it goes both ways with the good old poor white folks. Some of them folks is loving because they're in the same situation. We ain't got shit. Then especially if the nigga got a little bit more than the poor white trash and the redneck got, and he share with the redneck, you damn near done got a friend for life. I'm just saying because in some of them cases they kind of turn them off. They put them down into the bottomless pit. They send them down there with the niggas. If you got access to be around us folks down here, then you must not be fair and well with your kind. But uh Kamala, her history with law enforcement. Um she like I said, this I had and it wasn't even like it wasn't something that they were labeled as misogynist or anti-feminine or whatever. It was just like I had just policy shit I'm talking about, and even that I didn't really go. I'm not going to go into that because the funny thing about it is now I see mainstream, well, not necessarily. I see some media forum outlets and stuff uh saying the same shit, and now they all of a sudden discovered the shit we was talking about like 5 or 6 years ago about her, and now it's coming out. This might be a problem. Uh, the woman ran for office in California under the banner of the first Indian American politician. Wasn't no black there, but you got well, I can't say my kind. You have Black Americans or African Americans or however they may designate themselves. They get on television shows, and I'm thinking about Don Lemon specifically. It was a black lady on Don Lemon, and Don Lemon was trying to break down to her. This woman does not connect with the indigenous Black American or the traditional American bred Black person. Because she got Canada here, she got Jamaica here. Okay, she born in Oakland, but you got pictures of her. This is not what that's about. So I don't know. Maybe I missed it because I've been working. Has anybody, because they coming at us? Hey, we got a chance. Y'all get a black woman for president, man. Oh man. And then has anybody asked her about it? Has she made any comments about it? Did she say if I had a sister, she'd look like Sharon or some shit like that? Anything? Uh, and it's like, well, she don't have to say that. She too busy worried about other things. But this is the Sister Girl Alliance, right? She's part of a sisterhood, and guess by way of the Sister Girl, the good old black women, African American women. But she also is part of a sisterhood that's of you know um I don't know if it's Panhellenic, Divine Nine. You know, she's one of those. She's in one of those black sororities. So these are the things that they have for us. But her and Sharon, the thing with Sharon, and the reason why you got to ask, someone needs to ask her this. What does she think about it? What is her opinion on this? And you know, what would she suggest as being a former district attorney? Y'all don't want to ask these questions. And then when the people get in and when they start fucking us, then y'all want to look stupid, like Kind Master when Kind Master got in, and I feel like I've been fucked over. I feel like I've been played psychological games on. How dare I make more money and still feel broke due to the fact I have to spend more money for the same shit I was buying when I had less money. But the economy's working. That's what they say. The economy's working good. So it's these questions. I mean, that's one. It's not. It's really just one question. What do you think about the situation with Sharon Massey? Well, you know, what do you think should be done? Do you think they done the right thing by arresting the officer? What do you think was in the mindset? I mean, these are questions. Cross niggas. We're talking about a lawyer here, right? Does she want? They want her. Well, first they were trying to say that Donald Trump was dodging a debate with her. Really, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't subject myself to that because you know it's going to be either way it goes. If he's too aggressive with it, then he beating up on her. If he's too soft on it, that means she done pushed over him. If she starts gaslighting, well, she might go to something that's relative to just like facts and logic and information, and flip it on some emotional shit. The gaslights, then he really looks like Mark, you know. So I wouldn't do it. I keep on going from whatever them rallies where the fuck he be doing and talking my shit. And when it comes time, let the vice presidents debate. You know, they shot with Master Biden. Master Biden failed, y'all. Yeah, they failed the Democratic Party. We knew, some of us knew, well, you know, this man, he might make it a couple of years. But then as soon as he got in, he just started doing wild ass shit. Like vaccine mandates to places where they had the most contact with people that might have had the virus. And people don't talk about how that part, you know, how airlines and things were fucked up, and talk about supply chains and another topic. It's deeper into the topic. But you know, some people report that Kamala is a black woman. I don't know what her father says that he is. Now, if he does identify as black, he's uh, Kamala Harris and Donald Harris black. It's not the same as Grady Lou Jean Purdue. Damn, I said my government. It's not the same as Slade black. It's not the same. I'm sorry. The same experience. I mean, even just from the point of the affluence of it all, you know, but just the experiences and the environments in which I grew up in. That's not going to be the same. It's impossible for it to be the same. Kamala has said nothing yet or done anything in my eyes that makes her fit to be president, not even the position she holds now. Now, she did say that you think anything that raises everybody else helps black people, right? So if you think I'm going to do anything that's going to help black people only, no, right? Man, I say the same thing with business. I say the same thing. Um, but then it's like, well, I already went through with them people. I already went through because I went to a HBCU and I have relatives that are in the same organization as he's in. Um, I'm not going. That's not what this is about. This is not about these organizations and how they seem to um, place caste systems on black folks in the name of initiations and ceremonies. But you know, back to Kamala. So this person here, you know, that they say that, well, I should say that the information is that there are situations where um, there are people that were on death, where there was a particular man on death row, and she had the, you know, she had the ability to stay the man's execution, but they had to take her to court to make it to force her hand so the man could be spared the gallows. This is a compassionate person. This is how does this person look? I used to make greens. Everybody come to me to make the greens. One time I made so much greens, I had to put the greens in the bathtub. You a liar. You saw a meme. You saw a meme on social media, and it made some motherfucking shit up. Now I remember. I don't know if y'all remember when she came out with her dressing recipe, her stuffing recipe. That everybody, man, come on. I mean, you know, I know people. I work with all kind of people from all type of ethnicities, and you know, I pinch their food, and yeah, it tastes sour. I take a little more, but as far as she being the goat, I don't care how good she might say that she's in soul food. That's not going. She wouldn't be um in my list of people. If I had all the choices, you know, you got Patty LaBelle supposed to be super cook. If you got a choice of anybody in the world that will cook you some soul food, Kamala Harris would not be the person that I would actually cook me some motherfucking soul food. Uh, so it's gonna be interesting, man. I mean, uh, she's able. They asked her specifically about, you know, black people, and of course she gave an answer there, and then they asked specifically about, you know, people that come in, immigrants that come in. And she's pretty specific and has a bullet points on what she wants to do for them. They had bullet points for what they wanted to do with the Stop Asian Hate bill, um, and then it got out of control with the immigration thing. So she had to come out and say, "Don't come, don't come." For in a debate, and then she been halfway invisible for most of it. I mean, the only time I've seen her recently show up at Essence Fest, and you know, I think she was sitting with Meg Thee Stallion on some other shit or something. But you don't see her, you don't hear nothing about what she done, or what she done pushed forward in the name of the sisterhood. First of all, let's go with the sisterhood. In the name of the sisterhood, to where it's impactful, not just to you and your boule class, not you boule class, black women, not just for you, before the least of your sisters, you know, the baby mama class, the sexy red class. How would, you know, uh, she went up there and she cried and talked about how, you know, I was that little girl when they was in the debate with Joe Biden, and then all of a sudden, you know, she forgave Joe Biden, where she but we go back to Sharon Massey, man. This woman in her household, and I mean, it's like, well, shoot, when you, I deployed. What did she say? The prayer to the man shot the one. She said, I'm gonna shoot you in your face. And a woman, you know, she pretty much casually said, I pray for you. And of course, you wouldn't even kind of like think, well, damn. She know that white boy got guns. She knows she in the kitchen with maybe more than one police officer. Why? Across the room, would you throw hot water? That don't even really make logical sense. That's why when he came out there and was telling his partner, they looked at him like he was a mark. They looked at him like me. Oh, so you threw it. So you shot her. She threw hot water on you, so you shot her. And the sad thing about this, you know, and just to stick with it, just stick with Sharon Massey. You still had niggas in the comments trying to, you know, rationalize and just, well, she did try to throw. Man, come on. Oh, that's why I say, you know, it's black people packing on in, man. Uh, some of us, nah, I don't even want to say lucky. If some of us who want to survive, we may get lucky enough to be put into the new slavery. The new slavery might not be so bad. You might just be in a pod like the Matrix and just have shit, wires and shit in your brain, and you might be remotely controlling a robot to pick the cotton with your brain. I always think of Kamala, the Ugandan Kamala, my damn, not the Kabuki nigga, but yeah, it's Kamala, the damn, I know exactly what you're talking about, that big motherfucker. Yeah, I did too. When I first heard her name, what you mean talking about Kamala? Hold on 1 second. I didn't want y'all to see the cheap ass shit I'm drinking. But I went to the liquor store and there was some shit that they had that it's not super top shelf, it's middle shelf. The shit I'm drinking is bottom shelf. But and I looked at the price and I said, damn, that shit like $7 more than what it would be if I went to another liquor store. And I was like, well, shoot. In order to feel like I'm not cheap myself, I'd rather go cheap. And I bought a pint of some shoot, that's my daddy brand. My daddy's drink Christian. I bought me a pint of Christian, bro. And I've been sipping this since I've been off. But back to what I'm talking about here. Even when after she failed to become president, in her presidential run. And y'all got the black women they got into the point where they accepted it. They come to acceptance. When Joe Biden stuck his thing, when he pulled it back up, it was such a rally, and everybody was buying pearls and Chuck Taylor sneakers. I don't know whether y'all still got them Chuck Taylor sneakers. If you got real pearls, I would hope maybe you got them plastic pearls, but maybe you got them Smarty pearls. Them necklaces that you can eat the candy. Them should be fire though, with the different color to that chalk candy on it. I don't want to pick on a woman. What would be the constructive benefit of me picking on this woman? Y'all heard me talk. I say some of the same things about Obama. What you doing for the niggas, bro Obama? I call him Bro Obama because he's my brother. He's supposed to be my brother, right, brother Obama? Uh, we out here doing bad. Your son, the kid that if you had a son that looked like Trayvon, uh, you had uh, 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 uh Mackay. Now I'm not talking about Mackay. I'm talking about the little man at the park playing with the gun. It's Dickus now, and it's on the tip of my tongue. But it was Philando Castile, Alton Sterling, um, Terrence Crutcher, just a plethora of black males killed by police officers. Now, when they were doing all the stomping around for I mean, I still say that was a bad example. I know that he died horribly on camera. I'm thankful that I didn't watch it. I'm one of the people that I couldn't watch that shit. I almost, luckily, I saw Sharon Massey on TV, and they censored that shit because I didn't turn away. If I saw it on the computer, they probably would have showed her, getting killed. I didn't. I don't. I'm not with the smut shit no more. The first time I got kind of fucked off was like even when doing the Trayvon Martin trial. I was watching it all the time and doing like a little break or something. And they flashed it maybe for like uh, 15 seconds. His body stretched out in the grass. People screenshot, white folks screenshot that shit, was making meals with the boy dead body. And then when old boy got off and the world didn't get the niggas didn't turn over nothing, didn't turn over no tables or nothing. And then he starts, and the one that kind of along with Philando Castile, because that was like that. The little girl was in the back seat, and he was with his girlfriend. And then his mama was stomped down. You know, so I didn't give a shit. But Philando Castile was a tipping point. But also Alton Sterling, when he was selling the DVDs in Louisiana. I saw the looking at him when they hit him with the bullet. Now, I, they ain't important. I'd have been in proximity where murders and death, but I ain't never been like where you can like just have that intimate type of view, other than a movie, and it's not the same as a movie. So I saw this man's eye. I saw where they hit him in the chest, and then I saw the way the officers reacted and shit. And it's like, damn. And they know, and they normalize. They making this shit where it's easily digestible. It's you can look in on just about every little platform. They may have a little bubble up, sensitive content, but they'll show a nigga get killed on every platform you see on the motherfucking internet. But they asked me a community standards violation for saying nigga and shadow ban me indeterminately. Black women, why ain't y'all pushing at me? I like to say, well, I come on here and it may not be a handful of people watch this shit, but it seems as if for some strange reason, my talking points enter into the conversation sphere. Now, I may just be being facetious, but sometimes it be certain particular talking points. I'll be like, well, damn, that pretty much sounds like what I said. And I don't see how y'all piece it together from black women. Go to your leader, go to your prospective leader, and ask about Sharon. Ask her, when you were running for such and such, and and you were touting Matrice Richards and how you were going to seek justice and try to find out what happened to her until the police officers gave you a gang of money for your campaign, and you shut the fuck up. I don't know. See, and it's stuff that and I'm saying this shit, and I know it's the people that be all up in my motherfucking face. I shouldn't say that because they don't, because they know not to be. What they'll do is they'll be like, oh, the misogynist, you don't care about your mama, you don't care about your sisters, you don't care about women, you don't like Kamala Harris. Fuck you. Fuck you, broad. And you're a dumbass. I don't care. What you have to say, you need to do, you're politically ignorant. You need to do your research. I hate saying that now the internet spirit. When I read somebody say you need to do your research, I'm like, well, damn, nigga, you half ass know what you know. How the fuck you gonna direct somebody else to do research? DEI is well, that's what they saying, and they got to be careful with motherfuckers of what they saying. DEI is a new term for nigga. You hear them say DEI, they mean nigga. Nigga, just say nigga. Fuck you mean? DEI is woke is the workers new term for nigga. Them white folks didn't give a goddamn about woke until y'all allies, and I shouldn't say y'all, to the white allies started using it for whatever manner and measure of things. It woke was supposed to have been, that them was supposed to be black people's pies that y'all fucking with and y'all want to share because y'all wanted inclusion. You want a diversity and equity and inclusion. And then it's not necessarily financial. We just want social equity. We want to be able to sit in the same room and rub up against every designation that want to rub up against us. We want y'all to talk about our pain in y'all school. We don't want y'all to talk about any type of solutions in which we might actually see financial equity or inclusion into the actual economy. We can read about how the economy is good. And I guess you boule niggas, you boule males and females. I guess, and I should just put it on y'all because the poor nigga can buy stock too. But y'all, when they talk about the economy, my portfolio is doing great, and I make this amount of money, and I don't know what the fuck what you do. The eggs are not bothering. $4 eggs aren't really bothering me. The $16 a gallon gas just You got the dry places, don't you, buddy? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Uh, Oscar so white. That's that bullshit. Like, we y'all just. Um, I don't know what is the most difficult part. I mean, it's simple and plain. You cannot legislate anybody into liking you. What you're going to do is cause resentment. So why are you mad? Because the new version of what I guess when they shot down that affirmative action before, people they shitted on the old affirmative action. They got to come up with something. They got to come up with something new. Now, mind you, the old affirmative action didn't help niggas. At least it didn't help this one. From my perspective, what it maybe it might some people, just like I ask people, are you doing better? Are you more financially comfortable now than you were then? Have you experienced any financial comfort uh, now versus back then? Everybody was like, I'm doing great now. I make more money. Wonderful. My portfolio, shit like that. So okay. So if when I ask certain questions, it may not apply to certain sector of people. Exactly. They want to drink at the whites only fountain, catch the herpes instead of drinking from the fresh, cool, well water out the goddamn it, the tin can. Ain't no cup. The cup is the can. It's motherfucking tin can. My uncle boy, that water be so cold. They put that ice in the motherfucking tin can. That can had cream corn in it, but they clean the fuck out that can. We kids. When them we going around, they buying cases of cups, shit like that. You better get that can or get that one little plastic cup you got and make sure you keep up with it. You sure all right. Kamala don't know about them. Well, maybe down in the yard. I don't think because her daddy told her when she said she smoked weed and he came out telling me, I know about smoking the weed. Now, mind you, this broad her profession was locking up niggas for smoking weed. When she tried to run for president, their first thing she did, I smoked. I believe legalized marijuana. I used to smoke weed and listen to Tupac in '86. Diversity, equity, inclusion. Y'all want a friend so bad. Y'all want a pat on y'all back. Y'all want somebody to make it feel special. But you don't want to do nothing. Even your top talent, even our talented top 10, those who are exclusive, those who have a better understanding of politics, the world than we're supposed to have. They can't point to any brands or any institutions or industries or corporations which they have, in which they have. Say, well, shoot up. All right, black folks, I see it's a bunch of y'all around here unemployed and y'all living conditions are strange. And this factory I got here, and I also got land with housing on it, so uh what you can do is you come work for me and part of your salary is your housing accommodation. Now you don't have to stay here on my accommodation. I pay you what you weigh, and you go somewhere else and stay. Where else, whatever. But I guarantee you, wherever else you gonna go stay, it's gonna be more expensive than the deal I got here for you. Now these supposed to be black people that's supposed to be about community, and making sure that black folks are seen in the most positive light. We are who we are. We are greatness. Black girl magic. Uh, now I can't think of nothing but did they get a black man? Damn, black man, you're loved. I don't know, whatever. But these people, and I'm not just talking about the little college. Well, I should say, I'm not talking about the collegiate organization, just the traditional organizations. I mean, and you think about it, all they are really are just duplicates and carbon copies of them good white folks and shit. Just keep it above. HBCUs and white folks, we love to black it up. We party hard at the HBCU, but them is white folks only owners deeds and leases. When we take, even though Donald Trump gave the HBCUs a whole bunch of money to make sure they maintain their position, that's just funneling. All it's doing is funneling it to them people and to the architects of this country, to them people that built them schools to send they bastard babies to finish and learn a little something. Because if I want you, since slavery is over, I got a little business. So if I want you to be able to sit your high yellow tail in a position to where I can, since you my family and my blood, I know I'm gonna be able to trust you just by the familiar bond. No matter how bad I treat you, just on a social level, you mine. Just like your pappy was mine, but in a different perspective. But you mine, so I'm gonna make sure you learn a little lesson, so you could have a higher social elitist class than the field nigga. You'll pass the paper bag test. Yes, it is. I mean, and it seems like them people tell them shit and they just run with it. And because I mean, I looked up and I said DEI, the new nigga. I thought that DEI shit was for the pronoun people and them people that were they was going to them schools and them men wearing them dresses. They was going to them schools and that I thought that's what they was talking about, the DEI. Uh Black, they gonna take Black history out of school. I went to school and I always talk about this shit. It was American history, and they were talking about the Revolution and George Washington and shit like that. But as soon as the chapter, I waited for this. I said I can't wait till we get to this chapter. The chapter on chattel slavery, or the enslavement of the transplanted African and the indigenous Black. Uh, that shit, they just flat out skipped that shit in my high school. What if you want your kids to learn this shit? Won't you get up off your ass and teach them the shit? How you know? How you gonna just okay? Well, they won't teach it to them. Okay, they decide they're gonna teach it to them. How can you be 100% certain and 100% assurance that they're going to teach it to them in a way that's effective for them to learn, in a way that's going to be uh, something that doesn't diminish the contributions, something that doesn't you know leave their ancestors as a footnote. He invented the cotton gin. Her DNA is pretty much being used for every woman. Henrietta, the Harry, I think is it Harry Lex, but y'all know, you know, Black people refrigeration, traffic light. That's something else too. That pride shit. Fuck some pride shit if you ain't got no money. Fuck some pride shit if you talking about your pride and putting you in a position when you're in front of a powerful person, when you're in front of Kamala, don't get to talking about that pride shit. Don't get to talking about Don't get to doing y'all handshake and shit like that, thinking y'all like her, because all she doing is servicing you. Kind of like Montel Jordan, kind of like Willie, But that's being a misogynist. But Montel Jordan, is it Montel Jordan? Montel Williams. Montel Williams had one on each arm. Had her on one arm, had another one on the other arm. I'm not going to tell y'all who to vote for. I'm not going to discourage who you vote for. I may talk about your candidate who you vote for. Because I wish this for every voter and whoever they choice, whether it be me, Massa, or kind mistress, whether it be either one of them. I hope you get the president that you want, and I hope you get the consequences and more benefits too. I hope you get the America that you deserve. I mean, you got the America. I mean, but y'all say y'all doing good, I got money. I don't care. I don't care if they got to prop him up and wheel him in there. I'm voting for him. I'm not voting for dumb man. Y'all sound dumb and stupid. Instead of doing instead of coming together months ago, where y'all really could have just kind of had a halfway decent candidate at this point, because she ain't gonna. Well, they play all kind of them people play all kind of games. Y'all kept on clinging on to the bullshit. And then when them people say, oh, we gonna let her run. Here y'all come. Man, oh, this niggas phony. Busy, baby. I appreciate you coming in here and sit with me. Because your presence is also motivating. Because sometimes when I'm doing this and nobody be out there, I just have to kind of like fish the shit to say. And I mean, and then fishing for things to say, I may find some stuff, but the presentation of it's a little bit awkward, and I don't want to. How do I say this? I don't want to necessarily be boring. Nigga feel like it. Sometimes I'll be watching my playbacks, and then the beginning part of my shit be boring. I try to do a little something with it, and I gotta be careful use the word try, but it takes me a minute to heat up. I need to get to the point where I just heat it, come in hot, coming in hot. Here's the trick: they're giving them money. Well, what do they really have? Um, the let's see. I'm trying to think how to say this exactly. What they would use the tool, break the tool. Them people use them. Them people use them niggas. Them African Americans and black people. They use them, and when they get done with them, they make sure they broken. So the power, the pseudo power, the imitation power, the power in which they lauded over the poor niggas. I'm Mr. Potentate. I'm HNIC. When they break them tools, that power, that illusion of power which they have to make sure they destroy that first. And they have to make sure they do that public. So they may get away with some money. The luckiest of them actually get away with their life and even yet still not go away to the poorhouse. That's not going to be Kamala's problem though, because one day, I mean, yeah, she's in a black organization. Yeah, she went to a black HBCU. No, I'm not trying to disrespect people that are actually mixed with black American folk, no matter whether it be white, Asian, whatever. If you identify with blackness, black love, black power. My quasi nigga, my quadroon nigga, my doubloon nigga, whatever. Uh, but don't try to sell me this shit. Don't try to gaslight me because I said fuck this broad and I know more about her past than you. When I try to present the history about her to you, you don't want to hear it. You want to stick your your fingers in your ears and talk sassy to me. Ask about Sharon. Ask about Matrice. Tell her to go back and tell what happened with that, man. Kamala. What happened with Matrice? Uh, what were you working on while you was up in the White House 4 years? If Douglas become first man, then what do you think? What role will Mr. Imhoff, your husband, play in your official duties as commander in chief? Man, and this is related. This is related, unrelated, but I was watching news yesterday, man, and I guess Netanyahu, and then now you, then not Then yeah, not then how'd you then hire you? Then how the nigga over at Israel, whatever. He was in front. He was giving a speech, and he said, and they were like questioning me, like, man, you want to keep on fighting Hamas? I thought you was going for the prisoners. And he was saying he was speaking to the protesters. Now he's in America, and in the halls of American government, talking to Americans who have the right to protest whatever they want to because that's what the Constitution allows them to do. And not only that, the money in which he's utilizing in order to go do what he does comes from American taxpayers. Now, all this respect, I'm not shitting. Don't say I'm anti-Zionist, whatever the fuck, anti-Semitic, whatever. Don't bring that shit. I'm just saying because this is what I saw. Now these people, they protesting. They may be Palestinian. They may love Palestinians. We're not talking about Hamas, the people that do bad things. They may feel some type of compassion for all the children that were killed doing the retaliation against Hamas. So they want to say, well, damn, my nigga, calm this shit down, ceasefire or something. He got up there and said, whoever does this and this, I consider them useful idiots. Damn, you just gonna call my fellow Americans useful idiots, and here you are, your pockets being laden with good old taxpayer money to finance and fund your situation. But then we go back around to the circle where if a nigga go to a regular run of the mill politician, well, I see you on our vote, but what specifically and solely will you be able to do for me as a Black American citizen in your township or your district? Nigga, stop big. Why you always big? And just let them people do what they doing. Why you always worried? That's why y'all niggas don't want to work. That's why y'all don't have that. Y'all always looking for them to help us. Won't you help yourself? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's when them niggas get to start talking like rednecks. Them good bootleg niggas. They get to talk like rednecks. Then it's black ass. I know. I know what it was. Busy. I'm just fucking. I know who BB is. BB gonna send goddamn drones to the west suburbs. Man, let me shut the fuck up. But thank you for thank you for coming to fuck with me. Sometimes I be wanting to fucking quit this shit, and I shouldn't be wanting to quit it for the fact I'm not making money. I enjoy doing this shit, but you still kind of won't feel like folks is hearing you. And it's like then you see people and come in contact with like the nigga at my job. So I'll be seeing your content. Nigga, share some shit, like some shit, comment on some shit, my nigga. What? Peace and love, sis. Nigga nation and nothing. I'll holler at y'all next go around. Just tears for the tears.